What you making?
Tonight I'm going to make organic gluten-free Portobello Stroganoff for dinner.
Awesome.
So right now I'm just slicing the mushrooms. Cut them in half and slice them thin. It's kind of a fake take on beef stroganoff. So
it's all organic?
It's all organic.
Sweet.
Organic mushrooms, organic onion, organic jalapeno, organic garlic. Everything is organic in it tonight.
So I see over there you got organic seasonings.
Organic seasoning from Costco, my favorite seasoning, 21 Salute seasoning.
I got some avocado oil, some organic veggie broth, and organic gluten-free, what does that say, flour? Perfect flour brand.
Flour I use for the thickener.
Organic gluten-free flour, got it.
Yes. So the flour thickens the broth so we can have good gravy that goes in.
They don't call me Davy Gravy for nothing.
Gotta keep that.
Love me some good gravy.
Yes.
Especially if
it's good.
Vegan and gluten-free.
So tonight we're gonna try, instead of using sour cream at the end, we'll try a little batch with coconut cream to see if we can make it dairy-free.
Coconut
see how that
cream.
Tastes.
Awesome.
So right now I'm just chopping up everything and then I'll start cooking. I cook the onions separate from the portobello mushrooms because I put a little balsamic vinegar in with the mushrooms. So, and I don't want that to flavor the onions, I just want that to flavor the mushrooms.
So I see you're cooking up some onions there, babe.
Yes, I am cooking onions to go in the Portobello Stroganoff tonight. I start them with a little bit of avocado oil, but I don't like to use too much oil, so I add the organic vegetable broth, and then it cooks into the onions and adds another depth of flavor. And right now I'm going to add some spices, and I like to spice a lot. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of the organic seasoning from Costco. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of Dave's Special Blend. And I'm going to cook this down
for good stuff.
A few more minutes. I'm going to add the garlic and jalapeno. And I'll cook it just until the flavors are released. And then I will move this to its own bowl and start on the mushrooms.
She brings on the veggies, fries them up in a pan. Woo!
Now I'm cooking down the portobello mushrooms. They take a while to cook down, so I start them and then I'm going to go and run the noodles through the machine while I do this. Instead of frying them in the oil, I cook them down in the organic vegetable broth. So that way they absorb the flavor of the vegetable broth and they're a little bit more healthy. So as they cook down, I will add some more seasoning to this, just like I did to the onions and jalapeno and garlic. And then at the end, right before they're done cooking, I will add balsamic vinegar to them to help bring out the flavor. And I will cook that down until they are almost a really dark brown. They're just cooked all the way through. And then the next step will be to put them together with the onions.
Looks like some fungi for a fun guy.
Okay, so I have my new pasta maker.
Woohoo!
First attempt at making homemade pasta. This is actually the pasta I made the other day. The homemade organic quinoa pasta that's gluten-free, fat-free, everything free. But I want to use it with the Portobello Stroganoff tonight, so I want linguine type noodles. So I'm just cutting it up. Okay, so I'm going to make the thickener for the gravy for the Portobello Stroganoff. So I started with 1 cup of the organic vegetable broth. I put it in the Vitamix so that I can put in the organic gluten-free flour and start to get a thickening base. Easier than trying to mix it up in the pan. lots of gravy, so I make it extra thick. So you might use a carton or two of the vegetable broth by the time you're done, depending on how much gravy you like. Once I have the thickener, I'm going to put the onions in with the mushrooms now and get that warmed up again. And then I'm going to slowly warm it up and start to add the thickener. And after it gets to the desired consistency that I like, I'll start to add additional vegetable broth for more gravy. Because tonight we have noodles and you got to have lots of gravy to go on noodles. So I just add some. You could probably do a little less, it just depends on what you want. But we like it thick. So as soon as I get this the way that I want it, I've already added the balsamic to the mushrooms and everything's seasoned. I'll warm up the noodles. Right before we serve it, I'll stir in the coconut cream. That will give it that creamy stroganoff type texture and flavor at the end. This way it's comfort food without having all the stuff of a typical beef stroganoff, which is why I did the research to find out how to make it this way. We didn't want to give up comfort food by being vegetarian, but it's got to taste good. So, and this is awesome. This tastes really good. Even non-vegetarians will eat this and come back for more. So when you're making beef stroganoff, the best part is always the sour cream at the end. But this is vegetarian, gluten-free Portobello stroganoff. And so we are going to put in a little bit of coconut cream to add that little bit of creaminess at the end. And it will lighten this up a little bit. And we're going to use it in place of sour cream. And so now this dish is now dairy-free and vegan. We'll finish this up and then it's time for dinner. So now that the Portobello stroganoff is done cooking, I'm going to serve it up with some of my homemade quinoa organic noodles that are gluten-free, and I have the organic Portobello stroganoff with some yummy gravy. Just put it on a plate over the noodles. Again, it's mimicking your traditional beef stroganoff, but this will taste way better than any other beef stroganoff. I'm going to top it off with a tiny bit of fresh organic dill. And it is ready to eat. Honey, it's dinner time.
Oh, some smell good.
Honey, you're looking a little green today. It looks like you've had a little too much green juice.
Smell good. Oh, yeah, Hulk love Portobello stroganoff. Hulk favorite. Quinoa noodles, lots of protein, make Hulk strong.